Get ready. Start. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I rise to support the Constitution Bill and the Representation of the People Bill as passed by the Lok Sabha yesterday. I welcome these two bills because their provisions are aimed at creating such qualitative changes in our electoral system as are bound to make elections cleaner and fairer. To sustain democracy in the desired spirit, elections have to be as clean and as fair as possible, and it is on the basis of the experiences certain changes are proposed to be made in the election laws of the land based on our experiences after the passing of the Representation of the People Act by the Parliament. We must not forget, as my friend was just saying, that there has been a lot of talk about such reforms. On the one hand, the opposition parties have been demanding, and on the other, our ruling party, the Congress Party, has also had its own exercises on the subject. As the minister was telling us, in early 70s, a joint parliamentary committee discussed this problem. And last year, I must tell you, our own party, the Congress Parliamentary Party, had its workshop on this very subject. After the parliamentary party's discussions, I mean, first of all, the parliamentary party discussed it. Then the Congress Working Committee and the AICC discussed it. And after the recommendations of the AICC were available, the Prime Minister consulted various opposition parties on the subject. After all this, as promised by the Prime Minister earlier, this session has been extended just to pass these two bills. Thereby, the ruling party will be fulfilling one of the very important promises made to the electorate. As the 52nd Amendment to the Constitution went a long way in preventing defection amongst political parties, these changes in the election law are also going to have far reaching consequences, and they are bound to make elections much cleaner, and that is the reason why these changes are most welcome. But we must not forget that it is always a continuing process in a democracy. You cannot have an ideal law just today or at any particular time. You have to have experiences, and on the basis of those experiences, you make changes in the law. Just as after 50 years, we are going to make these important changes in the election law. Our electoral system is based mainly on the British pattern. Our election law is based on the British election law, but so far there were two main differences. One, their voting age was 18. In our case, it was 21. The second difference is, and will perhaps remain to be so, that there are no reservations of seats under the British law as we have here for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes candidates, which of course is because of our own peculiar social conditions. That is why I said perhaps that is going to stay for some time more. So, this is indeed a very welcome step that we are going to reduce the voting age from 21 to 18. This reduction in voting age will be in consonance with the practice in most of the developed and underdeveloped countries in the world. In the World Atlas of Education, 39 countries are mentioned. In 35 countries out of 39, including USA, UK, etc., the voting age is 18 years. In one case with Japan, the voting age is 20 year, and in only 3 cases out of 39, the voting age is 21 years. So, as I said, we are going to be progressive that way. Not only progressive, we are going to do justice to our youth that has been due, that our youth has been demanding for long in India, and very legitimately too. I do not know in how many countries they can contest also. I do not have that information. I cannot enlighten you that perhaps you must do, but at least this will enable them to get themselves involved in the election process. They are already involved. They are already take out processions. They do everything. They address meetings also. Only they do not vote, but not election is fought without the help of our young friends. So they are there. At 18 years, they are sufficiently literate, also educated. I think more than 70% in the age group of 18 to 21 years are literate. When the founding fathers of our constitution adopted universal adult suffrage, what was the incidence of education in India? Four-fifths of our people were not even literate, and still people like Pandit Nehru and Mr. Rajendra Prasad said, no literate or not literate, we must give them this right to vote, right to participate in elections. There are so many other arguments for this, and that is why it was granted to them, although they were illiterate. Some people objected also at that time in the Constituent Assembly because they were not aware about it. Stop.